Hello and welcome back to another episode of Skids and Donuts. Today we are again working on the 240, working on the overheating issue that I brought up in the last video. Now, as you can see, I have started disassembling a lot of this because, let's be real, I've done it a million times now on all the other videos. You don't want to see it again. But this time we're going to be changing the water pump for the old one that did work, not the one from the new engine. And I'm going to use some kitchen descaler on the radiator and then do a back flush. And fingers crossed, when all said and done, we should be able to then fill it back up with coolant and we won't have any overheating problems. But there's only one way to find out, and that is to start descaling that thing there and fitting the other water pump. This is the bad one. Right, so we've got some Slam descaler. I think it's from Aldi. I don't know. It's been in the cupboard for ages. So I'm going to pour that in there backwards. There might be somebody there screaming, telling me don't do this. Whoops. But I'm an idiot, so I'm going to do it anyway. So whilst I'm waiting for that to descale, I've got these, which are the sort of radiator hooks that keep the radiator in place. They got painted silver, half by accident, half by not caring enough. And I'm going to paint this black. This is the water pump pulley. Right, so whilst I'm waiting for that primer to dry, I'm going to drain this out. I think it's done. Okay, job. This is my coolant bucket now. I don't know if you can see the colour very well. It's not the blue it should be. It's got a bit of dirt in there, but it's not awful. Now, whoa. I could actually see some chunks coming out. Oh my god, there are chunks coming out. I don't know if you saw that or not. There were some hefty chunks. Oh, you can see it in there. Whoa. That explains a lot. Look at that. Those are the chunks that I've been seeing in the engine. And this is the hot side. So those chunks wouldn't have even made it through there. But if smaller ones did, that explains a lot. Can't see any there. That is crazy. So the picture I showed you in the last video was a view from up here. And I did get the... I don't know how well you can see anything. I can't actually see at the minute. So that was actually clogged. Which I've used all the previous stuff I showed you last time. So they must have all dislodged there. How did they get through the thermostat? They're like... crystallized weirdness. I'm gonna flush that through with a hose. One weird thing I found, so this one is my old one, which works, you know, I never overheated before. This is the one that came on this engine. On both of them, there's a hole exactly there. So it's got to be a manufacturing mark, surely. But the hole goes through to the shaft. Does the shaft need lubricating? I don't know. I might do some Googling and let you know. Okay, some of you may have already known what it was. Apparently, this is a weep hole. Essentially, what that's for is if and when the water pump starts failing, it will start coming out of there first. Don't really know why. Somebody may know better than I do. Now, the one that came off the original engine, it might be a bit grubby on the outside. But I know for a fact that one works, whereas I don't know for a fact if this one works. If that makes any sense whatsoever, I don't know. I'm going to clean this one up, and then I'm going to clean up the surface. I'm just going to put some ATV silicone type stuff around it, bolt it together, go and buy some new coolant, and then fill it all up and see what happens. I can't get any more stuff out the radiator. I'm really surprised I got anything out this time. And here are the little radiator supports. I would say that is brand new. It should go on with no problems at all. Right, finally got the water pump in. It didn't align at first for some reason, so I freaked out a little bit. But that's in now, it's bolted in. So now is the reassembly of all this madness. Right, so we've finally gotten somewhere. I've pieced everything back together. The new water pump's in, the painted parts are great. Hoses are in, but I need some more coolant. Right, so it's another day, and initially I thought that leak or that slight dripping was because the sealant didn't have time to seal. No, I made a mistake. Right, under there was one bolt that was missing. Well, that bolt is now in, which is great. I had to take apart the whole engine again. Well, you know, the front part, and now I have to put it all back together. I'm gonna get all that bolted back together. We'll crank it over and test it. I've just tested with a drill and this. Spun it as fast as the drill could go, and nothing was dripping out. I've squeezed the pipes, nothing else is dripping out. So fingers crossed I can put it all back together and it's sealed. We'll find out. So we're finally somewhere. Everything is now back together, I think. We'll find out. I'm gonna stick the cone thing back on the coolant, crank it over, hopefully nothing blows up, and more importantly, hopefully it doesn't leak, and even more important than that, hopefully it doesn't overheat. Let's find out. I've just taken the Volvo to a completely off-road test track where I could test it, and weirdly enough, that used to be in the red constantly. So going up and down the driveway, whatever, it used to hit red and I used to have to shut the engine off. I've done a good 5 minutes of back and forth on the driveway and the approved off-road test track, and it's not gone in the red ones. I know for a fact it needs a lot more bleeding. I know how much air gets trapped in these engines, which is something I need to sort out, but I'm going to call it and say we've actually fixed it. Whether it was the water pump or all the old scale got built up in the radiator, I don't know. I think it might be the water pump, possibly. I know that one was from my old engine, but it worked. So proof of concept, for free, I think I've managed to find what the problem was. I will leave the video there, and I'll catch you again in the next video. Take care.